a heaviness to these days, a burden on our shoulders. I think we've lost our way. The air is getting colder. There's division in these days.
Well, hey there, vinyl community. I'm here to talk to you about the brand new album from Lucinda Williams, World's Gone Wrong. Her first album of new material in about 3 years, and it's been eagerly anticipated by myself and many, many others. And so glad to get this a few days ago. Cleaned it and put it on the turntable and really listened intently to it. So I want to talk to you about the album a little bit. Uh, First, some of the little details we'll add. I got the black vinyl, and it came in a poly inner sleeve, which I was very pleased. Saved me 20 cents, not having to replace a paper inner sleeve. And it was flat, cleaned up nicely, plays beautifully, with one exception. On the last track of side two, in the last few seconds, there's a squeal that comes up twice. I'm not sure what we call that particular squeal, but it's not there's nothing in the grooves causing it. I don't believe. I think it's a defect in the pressing in some other way. Somebody tell me what you would call that, but I don't know if it's on all the records on this particular run or maybe just my particular record, but it is there. It's not enough for me to send the record back. It doesn't. I refuse to let it interfere with my enjoyment of this album from the great Lucinda Williams. Uh, it's produced almost completely by Ray Kennedy and Tom Overby. Ray Kennedy of the Twang Trust fame. So a strong, stellar cast here working in the studio with her. Recorded and mixed by Ray Kennedy, with the exception of John Mooney, did the recording and mixing for the song Low Life. Everything else Ray Kennedy did. Mastered by Pete Lyman, and I think, as I said, Highway 20 Records, with 30 Tigers doing the distribution and marketing. All the songs, with a couple of exceptions, were written by Lucinda Williams and other members of her inner circle. The exceptions are, there's one Bob Marley song that closes out side one and fits in very beautifully with the overall album. And then the final song on side two, my favorite at first listen, is written by Lucinda by herself. So, guests, you've got Brittany Spencer, you've got Mavis Staples, and Nora Jones, each of them contributing some harmony vocals on this album. And a strong group performing with her on this album in the studio. Uh, I'll point out Mark Ford on the electric guitar and Doug Pettibone on electric guitar and resonator guitar, I believe, in a couple places. Rob uh, Berger on Hammond B3 plays a prominent role in here. David Sutton is doing the bass most of the time, as is Brandy Blake. There could be a couple of exceptions to that, but that's the core group on this recording. Of course, Lucinda, known for her lyrical content, and the daughter of a poet, and a poet herself, I would say, except that she does it with music. And I would describe the music as being primarily rock music, rock and roll. Uh, there's a couple of country or country gospel feel songs on here, but mostly mid-tempo rock music. When I put it on side one, we get this real muddy, thick guitar and that Hammond B3 organ playing. The arrangements are solid rock and roll arrangements of one sort or another, a little bit of reggae mixed in there, some country gospel, some a little, there's not a monotony to the musical sound, and of course, Lucinda is a artist that I greatly appreciate for her lyrical content, and that is on display here. Maybe not as abstract lyrically as some of her work, but she conveys her thoughts, her concerns, and uh, her sense of where we stand in the world today very well with this album. The order of the songs is excellent. How you how you arrange the track list can be very important. This is a album that starts with the first track on side one and carries you on a journey. So it doesn't stay in one place the whole time. It's not like, okay, here's protest song one, and here's protest song two, here's protest song three. It is more uh, a sense of moving through a thought process on this. And I'll show you, I'll try to illustrate what I mean. I've got one word for each track, and you can see how it flows. We start off condition, the condition of the world is on side one, track one. So she's laying out the condition that with the title track, The World's Gone Wrong. It's a working class anthem. It's very literal, talking about the struggles that people universally, but here in the United States uh, specifically, go through trying to make ends meet, trying to keep your head above water, trying to decipher the BS from the real world, from reality, and so on and so forth. So it's kind of a literal, these are the conditions. Okay. Song number two is Something's Gotta Give. And this is my one word is anger. This is a song expressing her anger about about what's going on in the world today, and it's brooding. It's dark, a dark song. That's the one I opened with in the for this video, and then the word for song three on side one is release. Okay. It's called Low Life, and it's a slow country song uh, with that Lucinda vocal warble in it, and it's like a a release from we have to have a release when things are going bad, when we're suffering, when we're uh, when life's just not working out. We all have to have some form of release from that, and that's what low life is. And then the word for track four is challenge. Okay, challenge. Because on track four is how much did you give for your soul? And this is basically a challenge to the powers that be in our world, calling them out and saying, you know, you're not doing what you should be doing. You've sold out, and it uses the metaphorical selling your soul to the devil in this song. The lyrics are wonderful. She even quotes Matthew in here. She says, "I read where Matthew said, 'For what will it profit a man who rules the whole world but forfeits his soul in the plan?'" We've seen this many times before. There are others that have taken the deal. So she's really, it's a scathing indictment on powerful people. And not serving the good of the whole, but serving for their own personal, selfish, greedy needs. And then side one closes out with "So Much Trouble in the World," the Bob Marley cover, and that the word I've got for that is reality. And this is getting us back to reality. This features Mavis Staples helping with it. It's got a nice little subtle reggae groove to it, and then we go on to side two. And on side two, uh, where on side one you really start out with that muddy guitar and the Hammond B3, giving us a real thick sound. Uh, we get the real pulsating, driving sound as we begin side two to really get our attention. Uh, Sing, unburdened, sing, the most abstract of the songs on here. Lyrically. And kind of the word I came up with was mystic or mystical, or transcending our conscious world, in this song. And then we get to track two, called Black Tears. My word for that one is frustration. And this is an electric blues song. And it's speaking of the repression of people, uh, specifically in this case, uh, African American people, but not so specific that it can't really be about people all over the world, or universal uh, issues of repression and suppression of people. Um, and then we get to track three on side two, and my word for that is questioning. Here in this track, she is questioning. It's called Punchline. And she asks that eternal questions that uh, all of us uh, wonder sometimes, and have to deal and reconcile with and try to understand and grasp, is the eternal question of how God allows bad things to happen to people. And she, it's something I think many people deal with and go through, and she really does it. The lyrics here are on point. Uh, let's see. She says, "I'm not saying I don't believe, but I don't want to follow blind. It's the one great mystery, the answer I can't find. Should I leave it unspoken? Should I ever wonder when the world is broken and we all fall under?" And of course, my response to Lucinda is, no, you don't leave that unspoken. And no, you always question and search. And for the fourth track, the song is called Freedom Speaks, and my word for that is resolve. And that's a warning to show resolve and not give in to apathy. She says, apathy will blind you until it's too late. Finally, we close the album, the fifth song on side two. There's 10 total songs, 5 on each side, and that is We've Come Too Far to Turn Around. And this is that gospel country song that she wrote by herself. The word I have for that one is commitment. Commitment. The commitment to uh, soldier on, to continue on, not to give up. Remember, the darkest hour is before the dawn. And when we're down and out, you just got to put one foot in front of the other. And so I love this last song. How good is this album? I'll, I'll admit it. When I listened to this last track after absorbing all the stuff that came before it, when I listened to this last track, tears came to my eyes. It moved me. This whole album moves me. And what better thing can you say about a artist's work but that it moves me? And this really did. Uh, I'm gonna close this out with a little bit from this last track. I highly recommend it. I think you'll enjoy it. And remember, be kind to your neighbors, because folks, we're all neighbors here.
We're weary of these trials, tribulations, we are tired, but we have come too far to turn around. From the east to the west, from the north to the south, we have come too far turn around, and we are here to bear witness to this monstrous sickness. We have come too far